Yo, what's good? It's your boy Aqua, and welcome to the first, I guess, official episode of this little series or show or whatever you really want to call it, where I just yap, right? that's kind of what I do. So yeah, hopefully you guys actually listen to the kind of trailer or whatever you call it, I guess, for this series, so you kind of know what you're getting into. But if you didn't. Pretty much, I'm just here to yap and, yap about different things, important things, minor things, things that probably don't even matter. But that's what I'm here for, right? To talk into the void of nothingness as I sit in my room in front of my mic, kind of just keeping it real. But yeah, I guess let's kind of get into the question of the day. What scares you most? What things scare you? That's kind of the base of this episode. Things that scare you. And I don't mean, I'm scared of, ghosts or the boogeyman under my bed. It's more so a very, I guess, introspective kind of question. What scares you? What is something you are afraid of in life? I think it's kind of an important question to start this series off, just because, I kind of do want to talk about serious stuff, of course, but this is a very, I guess, serious question, right? Not many people can really answer this off the bat, and even me, it's kind of a hard question to really answer. But what am I mainly afraid of? I guess the answer to that question, in a way, I feel like maybe death. I feel like a lot of people are kind of scared of the idea of dying or the people around them dying, and in a way, I'm not necessarily scared of dying myself. I know the time will come, and I know, it's inevitable. Death is inevitable, and everyone dies eventually. But I think the scary thing is kind of not knowing when or how, or maybe really, how in the aspect of when I die, who will be there and who won't be there. And I think that's kind of important. Dying at old age, I feel like it's scary in itself, because not so just the thought of dying, in a bed or, in a hospital or whatever, but more so the fact that, will I have kids at that time? Will I have any family alive? Will I have any friends alive? If your plan is to not have kids, ever in your lifetime, how will you die? Will you die, surrounded by, people you love or people that love you, or do you kind of just die alone? And I think that thought is kind of scary in itself, that what if you die alone? What if you just, that's, yeah. That thought is, I think that is something I'm afraid of. And, not knowing, I guess, what's gonna be around me, will there be anything around me at the time of my death? Or am I just going with nobody? And, another thing that's kind of scary is, I feel like the fact of more what comes after death is really scarier than death itself, because, sure, you can be scared of dying, but I feel like the scariest thing in that is, what if there is just nothing after death? And it's just, well, nothing. It's just pitch black, and you have no thoughts, you have no soul, you have absolutely nothing. And the years you spent on this planet, yapping away, I guess, like I do, or, spending time with friends, spending time with family, what if it really just leads to nothing? And there was zero purpose in everything you did. And obviously that is something you shouldn't really take to heart, I guess. You don't want to kind of live life thinking that you serve no purpose, or, everything you're doing is for nothing, because at the end of the day, after death, if there is nothing, sure, there's nothing. But at least with the time you're alive, the things you do impact you and the people around you, and it's definitely important to kind of do things, with the thought in mind that, maybe I'm helping myself change, and and improve, or maybe I'm helping other people improve, and the things I do are important. And it is important to kind of keep that mindset and an aspect of life, I guess. But after death, if there's nothing, what was it for? What was everything for? And I think it's kind of important to really think about, and it's important to kind of take it in and let that thought in of, what are you truly afraid of in life? And is it really something in life that you're afraid of, or would it be something after life that you're afraid of? If there is nothing after death, why not make the most of what you have currently? Why not just, be free in yourself and do things that make you happy, and, do things that are important, and, maybe not just sit around and mope around all day, and, maybe, go outside and I don't know, maybe not look directly at the sun. I was going to say look at the sun, but, maybe just enjoy the life around you, enjoy the cars passing by and the people walking down the street. I mean, these are people that have everyday lives as well, and have families around them. And, these are people that probably think some of these thoughts every now and then as well, but always ask yourself kind of what you're afraid of. And, I'm not really someone that's afraid of many things. I guess besides bugs, I guess. I'm not really a fan of bugs, and, probably large bodies of water as well. Sometimes those can be pretty scary, but I guess like the actual thing I would be technically scared of, I guess, would probably be, that thought of the afterlife and what comes. And I think that really kind of helps me think about that question, as much as it might, put you in a kind of panic mode thinking of that kind of question. At the same time, it helps you because, you realize that you need to just get up and do something. You realize you need to, make the most of what you have while you can, because, you never know. Tomorrow could be your last day, God forbid, but, tomorrow could be your last day. Today could be your last day. You really never know. And it's important to kind of just do things that make you happy, and do things that make maybe the people around you happy as well. And it's important. It's important to kind of keep that in mind. And I hope that, if you're listening to this, you take that in and you really realize that I need to do things to better myself, and I need to put myself first, and really just continue going on and continue doing things that are important, or just things that are important to me. It's really important to put yourself first and constantly ask yourself, what are you afraid of? I hope you guys kind of like the way I kind of flip that question around at the end. This episode started off as kind of what scares you and what are you afraid of? And, hopefully by the end of this, you've kind of realized that, you should, make change in your life and do things that make you happy. And now more so should think, what are you so afraid of? Why are you afraid to make change and do things and step outside of your comfort zone? What are you afraid of? It's good to kind of flip that on its head and think that way. So keep that in mind. Well, that's kind of it, I guess, for this little episode or whatever. I kind of just, wanted to give a nice little, introspective kind of question there and really talk about it. And I guess, kind of maybe open your mind on that kind of question, because if you never really asked yourself that question, you should kind of take the time to sit down and ask yourself that kind of question, along with many other questions like that. It's important. But of course, this little series, of course, I'll be giving you many questions like that, where you can kind of sit down and say, hey, maybe I should think about this. But yeah, anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and have yourself a damn good one. See you later. Love you.